Hi everybody, it's Denver at Homeschooled Customs here, and thought I would just answer some questions that I get. Some people that want to learn how to do this themselves, or they're just curious as to how I do it or why I do it the way I do. I figured I would make a little video and show you the basics of what I do here. And what I do is people send me pictures of their car, and I take a block of wood. Now this is 5 pine boards glued together, and I'll take a picture and I will look at the pictures and I will draw the profile of the car on the block. While I'm drawing it, I'm thinking in 3D of what the top of the car, the front, and the back of the car look like, and trying to draw accordingly so that when I cut it up, everything's already in the right dimensions and I can put it back together. But sometimes, like this one's a piece of 2x4. And this is this Impala right here. And I'm going to finish this today. Well, I'm going to try to get the most of the details. I have to do the back pan with the tail lights, the grill, the bumper, all of the body lines on the side, which are really straight, and that's kind of hard. But I have to do the dash, the seats, the wheels. I have to do the hubcaps and the white wall tires on this one. But I'll show you the first one that I made about 3 years ago, actually 3 years ago this month, which got me started down this path. This one's made out of a piece of 2x6. And just messing around with that, the only thing I wanted it to roll, and I wanted the tires to tuck up inside of it. And once I figured that out, that's what got me started. So I started making some of these things. Well, the ones that people send me, some of these are really hard. Some are completely custom jobs that, they came from somebody else's head and I have to recreate them. Or some of them are like this car, a bone stock car, like some of the dump trucks I do and things like that. Well, I don't have any kind of engineering experience. I don't, I can just barely draw, but I try to make every detail. I try to make every piece the exact way that's on somebody's vehicle, which is really hard on some of these because I'm learning as I go with each one. I don't have a pattern. I don't have a plan. I don't have any kind of idea what I'm doing when I start. I have to make everyone different, which is kind of taxing on my mind. I was a truck driver for 30 years. I had no idea I could do any of this stuff. But these are a couple that I've made. Surfboard, flames on it. And this one here was made out of a piece of 2x4. And it rolls. And interior in it. Now, this is one that I made a couple years ago. This was actually probably maybe my 6th or 7th model that I made. So they've progressively gotten a little better with each one. This is the one that I'm auctioning off right now. And this was a little block of wood. And I cut it up, made the little pieces, and glued it back together. The ones that come out of my head aren't as hard for me because I'm not trying to recreate something of someone else's. They're just something out of, my head, my creation. So they come to me a little easier, but these are some of them that I've got on the wall now that I'm working on. But what I do is I draw that on the block of wood, and then I take the block over here to my bandsaw, which is really old. I've had it for 12 or 13 years, I think, and my grandpa had it for maybe 20 or more before he gave it to me. And this is my scroll saw that I bought at a yard sale for $30. My little drill press that my buddy Steve gave me, and this was his dad's drill press, and that means a lot to me that he gave me that. My little air conditioner furnace that I heat my garage with. And then the chop saw back here. Another little bandsaw with a metal blade on it. Some of my trophies from my cars. And then across the top up there, there's models and some die-cast cars and things. But down here is the wood that I use. And this wood, all these are pine boards. There's a little factory a couple towns over from me that makes beehives. And these are the end cuts from the boards that they use for the beehives. And then, so here's some blocks that I've already got glued together. There's 5 boards. There's a 4-board block. But, you know, just soft pine wood. And then over here is one of my oil paintings that I did. Out there in the other part of the garage is my car and my bus. I've got the motor out of the car right now, painting the motor and putting a clutch and rear main seal and stuff in it. And then over here are my sanders. And these all came from Harbor Freight. They were really inexpensive. But these are the only new tools that I have. Everything else is stuff that was given to me or bought at a yard sale or a pawn shop. And then this is the other part of my shop. I've got my Pandora on the TV up there. And then my car collection that I've picked up over the years, just metal cars and plastic cars and Hot Wheels. Nothing that's actually worth anything, but they were just things that I picked up because I liked them. And I think I might have an auction one day and sell this whole collection here, but that's another thing. And then down here is my paint supplies, hobby paints and colored pencils and paint markers and paint brushes. And then down here is the dowel rods and some of my clamps. Over here in this corner, there's my airbrush that I got off of Amazon. I have another little bandsaw over here for cutting little parts, so I don't have to get up and keep going over there all the time. This was given to me. This is my Dremel that was also given to me. And there's the wand for the Dremel. This here is my holder for my phone for doing my videos on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to learn how to do what I do, I have my YouTube channel, Homeskoold Customs YouTube channel. And this truck over here, I'm actually going to give away. I'm making videos of it every step of the way until it's done, and then I'm going to give it away. And then for my wheels, I have this little lathe right here, And I think that is a drill motor, but it has a variable speed box on it. So um, it's maybe just a step above a drill motor. It's something that you could make at home, but I think I paid $45 for this one almost 3 years ago, and I've made 1,000 wheels with it. And when I finally burn it up, I'll buy the same one again. But this is my little shop. This is what I do. This is how I do it. You see, the only electronics that I have are my iPad for looking at the pictures that the people send me while I'm working. No CNC machine, no 3D printer. I wouldn't know how to use them if I had them. I'm a no tech guy. I was a truck driver for 30 years, and just discovered 3 years ago that I could even do this kind of stuff. So I'm living proof that if you want to do something and you're determined to do it, you can just do it. And if anybody wants to know what I'm doing, if you want to learn how I'm doing it, if you have any kind of questions at all, if I can help you, I really want to keep this alive and help people do it. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys that have ordered stuff. And I know there's a lot of you that are waiting to get on the list. But you know, the thing is, these take a long time. They're really taxing on my mind, especially other people's stuff. I get to a point where sometimes I get stuck, and I have to work on something else, and that's why I do these, so that I can try to clear my mind a little bit and go back to something that's going to be really precise, like this car right here. And you guys that are buying this stuff from the auctions, thank you so much. You're keeping my lights on. You're keeping the power on. You're keeping Homeschool Customs alive. And I really appreciate you guys. And to you guys on the list, I'm working on it. I promise that I am. To you guys that want to get on the list, I'm hoping that we get there. So thank you, everybody.